All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Shami, Washaiba, Shamraka, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. And salutations to all you sincere Akim. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Shami, Washaiba, Shamraka, Kodash. All praises and glory is due. And this video will be entitled The List of the Flock, Drawing Them Out Again. Because you see, with the state of Israel and with the current events that's going on right now, the big thing that you see in the news is basically this, what is going on with the state of Israel. I can't even call it, you can't even call it a war or a conflict because you want to say, oh well, the small hearts are fighting the Palestinians, but not just the Palestinians because they just sent missiles to Iran, they just sent missiles to Lebanon, talking about some bombing Hezbollah, and some missiles actually hits a UN headquarters in Lebanon, where the UN peacekeeping corps are in Lebanon, right? And basically, what this is showing you, what this is the people of this kingdom, right? Being exposed to the true nature of Esau, Edom, and the true, what really goes on, right? Who these Edomites are, who truly rules over them, truly controls them, and what's really going on, and who the elites are. Because now they are seeing more than ever that their decision means nothing, that their actions mean nothing, right? Because you have so many Jake, people out here, not just Jakes, but even the heathen as well, trying to, calling themselves being pro-Palestinian, trying to, basically force a ceasefire or protest the situation between the Palestine and the state of Israel, and they can't, right? The upcoming elections already show that, and with these upcoming elections, you can already clearly see that the presidents that are put in power, they are not elected, but rather selected. You have Kamala Harris, which is basically set up to be in the position of Joe Biden going up against Donald Trump, which was another candidate that the Republicans just put there because no better candidate could go up against anything that the Democrats had to offer, especially a former president that was already on office, man. And the whole key situation of Babylon the Great is just a mess. I don't even The reason why it's so difficult for me to explain this is because that's just how confusing things are right now, right? But what is actually clear is, the actions and the things that are going on right now between the state of Israel and all the heathen nations that are around about it, right? Which, of course, the reason why you don't see too many brothers doing videos going into that because, well, in all actuality, what is going on there? It is Bible prophecy 100%, but it doesn't matter. It's none of our business, right? Palestine getting bombed, that's none of our business. The small hearts shooting the Iranians shooting back, the small hearts shooting the Lebanese. All these things are none of our business. It's just part of Bible prophecy. And the reason I'm doing this video is because, hey, nothing better to do. And I've been watching a lot of content, right? A lot of videos going into these topics. I decided to just, put together a little video and go into this because right now, the world is beginning to see just how crazy things are getting with these small hearts, right? Or rather, just how insane these small hearts actually are. So you'll see just how insane, just how extreme these small hearts actually are. So let me start with the first precept. That is yeah, let me get that precept. Okay, let me look for it. I don't even know why I said something like okay right there, but let me get that. Let me get it. Surely in the fire of my jealousy, right? Ezekiel 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus saith Adawan Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their hearts, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. And of course, we already know that the scriptures are manifold, right? But in the context of this video, I'm using it in terms of the small hearts and the other heathens, whether it's the Persians, the Iranians, right? The Palestinians, which are Ishmaelites, the Lebanese, I want to say Lebanese, which are also Ishmaelites. Basically, separate, basically parting, or in other words, cutting out, or in other words, splitting the land among themselves. Oh, let's not forget the Syrians, the Saudis, and I think also Yemen as well. But basically, they split up the land, or the Holy Land, the land of our people, among themselves, and are now currently dwelling in it. And that's why you see so much conflict going on in that land right now, because the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is sending judgments in the form of the sword. That's why bombs are going off every day. That's why you're always hearing about one terrorist attack or the other, one missile attack or the other, one war, one conflict breaking out or the other every other day, because that is the reality of the Middle East, and the reason why you're hearing about it more and more. And you might think, wait a minute, 2 years ago I wasn't hearing about all this conflict in the Middle East. Exactly, because it wasn't in the media. But the current state of the Middle East right now, with the state of Israel bombing Palestine, bombing Lebanon, and bombing Iran, 100% I stand on it, 10 toes. It has been going on since they got in that land. Because this is the one thing that I've done, videos on, and I'll continue to stand on it, that these small hearts, they've been at war every single day since they got in that land, right? And that is another Bible prophecy coming to pass, which is at the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua would have war with Amalek. And let me get that precept. And this further proves that the state of Israel, the Israelis, are the Amalekites, right? Exodus 17, verse 16. For he said, because Yahweh hath sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, right? So that's the reason why you're constantly seeing wars being waged against, you're constantly seeing the state of Israel having wars being waged against them, and that's why you're seeing all those Middle Eastern nations coming together, to antagonize the state of Israel. It's not because they are the Israelites and the nations round about them hate them because they are the chosen people. No, it's because they are the people of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's curse, and the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is bringing heavy judgments upon them. How can you tell the difference? That's a good question, right? If there are somebody that isn't familiar with this truth and are watching the video and you're like, how can you tell the difference between those that have been cursed by the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, and those that are not? Well, the first answer will be by faith, okay? And let me go to the book of Hebrews right now, just to do a little precepts, get some precepts going into faith. Now, Hebrews 11, verse 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right, and this is what faith truly is, because I could explain to you the history and the geopolitics and all the world events that led to this point. But if you do not have faith, you will still not receive it, right? Because one of the things that have becoming more and more apparent as the days go by is how blinded that some people are. Okay, that covering that the Most High has put upon not just our people but upon all the world, all the nations as well. When that thing is effective, let me say that, just say like that, effective as hell, because Jake and the heathen are in outer darkness out here. Okay, and it doesn't matter how well you break it down. You could be the master teacher, number one, the best possible teacher, breaking down every single detail, going into every single thing, right? Going into every single word and bringing out all the possible information. If the listener is not of the elect, they will not get it. They will never be able to get it, right? They will always be stuck on one thing or the other, and it's always going one ear and come out the other. They just will not be able to receive it. It's just that's that cognitive dissonance. It will just be completely thrown away by them. It's just be thrown out of their minds, okay? So now Hebrews 11 verse 2, for by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith you understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, Yahweh Basham Yahushai, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear, right? So the main way to know who are the true chosen of the Most High, Yahweh Basham Yahushai, and who are the people that are cursed of the Most High is by faith. And the second main way to know is by what the scriptures say concerning them, because the scriptures clearly tell you what will be happening to the Hebrew Israelites in these last days, okay? And the only people that fulfill those promises and fulfill that, right, are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Well, meanwhile, the scriptures also tells you what will be happening to Esau Edom, the so-called white man in the last days as well. And the only people that do fulfill that one are the so-called red people that are currently ruling, emphasis on the ruling, because you know what the scriptures say, right? Let's get that precept. So this is the book of Job 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not, where and who is he? And let's go. And we're marathoning this right now. Daniel, the eighth chapter, right? Going from precept to precept real quick. So Daniel, um, so like I can't remember the exact precept that is in. So let me just quickly type that. So yeah, this matter is by the decree. Okay, Daniel 4 verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahshai ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and he setteth up over it the basest of men. And let's go now to the book of Malachi, the first chapter, right? Because we know that in these last days, who will be ruling over the earth are the wicked, the basest of men. And even these wacky tacky Christians, they also agree with that. Let me just call them plantation Christians. They also agree with that the basest of men will be ruling in the last days. But of course, the precept, the Christians, like they twisted up those precepts in order to confuse you as to who would actually be ruling in these last days. And you might be wondering, what does anything I'm saying have to do with this video? But this is important because in order for you to understand what is going on right now between the small hearts, right? The state of Israel, the small hearts, and all the other nations that are around about them, and how they are able to, bomb carte blanche all these nations, and the news media barely reports on it, and even when they do, they frame it as though the Israelis are defending themselves from outward antagonization and attacks. And the reason why they are able to do that, the reason why these small hearts are seen as the ancient Israelites and the people of the most side. However, you have to understand all these context that I'm bringing out for you, who the rulers, who the people that are currently ruling, or the nation that is currently ruling this kingdom is. And the scriptures clearly tell you that the world is being ruled over by the wicked. Malachi 1 verse 1. The burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith Yahweh, yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob. Right, and the Most High Yahweh, Sham Yahushai, loves Jacob, which are the Israelites, once again, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, okay? The scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And notice that when the scriptures say here that I love Jacob, it didn't just mean only Jacob, or our forefather Jacob, that he was changed, his name was changed to Israel, and the Most High was not like, and the Most High did not even care about the other 12 tribes, and they were like, go sort yourselves out. That's not what this is referring to. Whenever any Christian breaks down this precept, because trust me, they do go into this precept, they'll tell you about how, God's love, and where God's love was, and how it was, on and following the sons of Jacob, right? How the Most High, how about Shem Yahushai was with the sons of Jacob, and how the love was following the sons of Jacob, and how that it was through that love that they, were freed from Egypt, right? Were freed from Egypt and established their nation, which is 100% correct, right? But then we now get to the next chapter, and that's when you see these Christians start trying to, justify, start trying to psychobabble, start trying to circumlocute, all in order to avoid the obvious truth. At the Most High Yahweh Sham Yahushai has a nation on the earth whom he hates and whom he set up to be hated. Romans 1 verse 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Right. And that is basically all I wanted to read. That's basically what you just wanted to get. So it's like, yeah, there's still more to get. So like, yeah, there is still more to get. Malachi 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. right? The border of wickedness, and that is how you know that the Edomites, Esau, Edom, so-called red man, as is ruling over the earth today, they are the wicked. Okay, and if you know your scripture, you know that Amalek is one of the tribes of Esau Edom and is considered to be the chief tribe of Esau Edom, right? So that's why we believe through the spirit and power, however, Shami Oshai, and through faith, that the Israelis are the Amalekites, mainly because of how much power and control and influence they have currently in the world, which is why we come to this article, Israel's war against the UN. Little is new in Israel's current conflict with the international community in Gaza and Lebanon. Boom, right? You guys, you see, all you guys that have been talking about, the state of Israel and Gaza and Palestine and all of that since what was it October 7, 2023. You guys are late to the party, okay? The many of that have been talking about what's going on between Israel and Palestine, and the thing has been going on for decades now. This is nothing new, and it will continue to go on. It will continue up until either up until Elijah Hawashai comes back, basically till kingdom come, right? So let's continue reading. Israel's attacks on UNIFIL. Israel's attacks on UNIFIL, the United Nations interim force in Lebanon, mark a further deterioration in a relationship that has been difficult since the founding of Israel in 1948. That's one way to put it. And this just shows you just how far back all this goes, okay? Because like I said, this isn't a new thing, These small hearts have been pulling shit like this since they got in that land in 1948. So let's continue reading. According to a leaked UNIFIL report, Israel has attacked UN positions 12 times, at times even using white phosphorus against soldiers mandated by the international community to keep the peace. And that white phosphorus is just some kind of incendiary bomb, right? I think it's I think it's even a biological weapon, but I'm not really sure about that. Let me just, I have the Wikipedia article right here. Let me just sharply go into it just to see what it's talking about, just to see what it is. So let's see. White phosphorus regulation and application. White phosphorus ignites when interacting with oxygen, releasing a large amount of smoke during combustion. The military can use this cutting to mask troop movements. However, chemical characteristics of the substance make phosphorus bombs especially dangerous. The burning temperature of the phosphorus is 800 to 2500 Celsius. It sticks to various surfaces, including skin and clothes. The burning substance is difficult to extinguish. White phosphorus can cause deep burns down to the bones, and remnants of the substance in the tissue can ignite again after the initial treatment. It is difficult for military doctors, who are usually limited by medical resources, to provide timely and full assistance to victims. Even burn survivors can die from organ failure due to the toxicity of the white phosphorus. Right, like I said, it is biological and chemical warfare to even use these materials. And you would think that, according to the Geneva Conventions, right, which of course, the state of Israel has been breaking. They have the best, highest speed run or the fastest speed run of breaking, or committing war crimes of all the nations, right? But of course, they are pardoned for all these things because they are the head of Esau Edom, right? They are the top nation of Esau Edom, right? The media covers it up. The the United States bankrolls it, and other European nations as well, and the whole world just has to watch and watch the wicked work. So continuing on, the use of white phosphorus, a wax-like substance that burns at temperatures high enough to melt metal, has been condemned by rights groups. A UNIFIL spokesperson confirmed the attack, saying, since Israel's army began incursions into Lebanon on 1st October, UNIFIL has recorded about 25 incidents resulting in damage to UN property or premises. Referring to the number between 1 and 20th October, the bulk of those attacks, the spokesperson said, had been Israeli fire or actions. However, others had come from unknown sources, he added. And the thing is this, that the small hats aren't just attacking, the heathen that are in that land roundabout, right? But they are also attacking, other government agents that are actually they are supporting them. Because why do you think the UN peace group or peace treaty keeping or peacekeepers are there? Notice that the UN peacekeepers, they're actually in Lebanon, right? And in countries that pose a threat to the state of Israel, but are not, powerful enough to actually repel those peacekeeping forces, rather to keep them out of their borders. That's why you see that Iran, doesn't have. I don't think they have any peacekeeping, UN peacekeeping groups in their in their borders, right? But I think Syria, definitely Lebanon, because he just read it. Iraq and different places that are bordering the state of Israel have these peacekeeping groups. Palestine doesn't, of course, because that's the concentration camp. But anyway, like I was saying, that's the idea is basically this, man. These small hearts are, they're doing too much right now, right? Right now they're doing too much because you're watching the news, you're seeing everything that's going on, and you're hearing about how blatantly and proudly, right, the state of Israel, the small hearts in the state of Israel are bragging about the crimes that they are committing, about the what they are doing, the murders that they are doing, and the genocide that they're committing against the Palestinians. And it makes you wonder that this. I makes you wonder because this is a segue into the next video I want to do, but I'm not going to leave it at that. And it makes you wonder what exactly is going on, right? This is, and really the answer is that this is what or how the West operates, and it shows you that the small hearts really are at the top of the hierarchy of nations because not only are they getting aid, 90 billion in aid, that was just the most recent amount that I've heard, and I think that just recently, and let me see if I can get that article just recently, the Biden administration, right? Because you know that there are rumors, that Joe Biden is basically geriatric right now. But the Biden administration just recently, what? Let me not even do Biden. Let me do US. Let me do America, so that they will bring out every single instance of when the US ever granted aid to the small hearts, right? So the aid that has currently been granted was 8.7 billion in aid. So let's see. So I want to see if there's 8.7 billion. There is 3.5 billion more. Okay, this one was 1 month ago from Reuters. So this is 1 month ago from Reuters. Israel says it has secured 8.7 billion US aid in aid package. So that was 1 month ago. And then you have a few days ago, not even a few days ago. Okay, this is October. So this is also 1 month ago. Interesting. This is not even 1 month ago. This is last 2 months ago. Oh, and yeah, last 2 months ago. So last 2 months ago, they also had another aid package of 3.5 billion. So you can see that the US is even going as far as to bankroll, right? What everything that the small hats are doing, and that's why a lot of people always say that the state of Israel is the biggest welfare state, or rather the state of Israel gets the bulk of the welfare from the US, right? But yet you have US citizens that have suffered under hurricane Hurricane Helene and the other hurricane, that Milton, right? And they are getting what, $750 in aid. And you see how the situation is so much different because when it comes to the state of Israel, and also it's not just Babylon the Great that's giving Israel foreign aid. You also have France, the UK, and Germany, especially, and because of that World War II stuff. They also always give the state of Israel foreign aid, right? And not just foreign aid, but also support and so many other things. Just showing you that truly, man, like I said, the state of Israel, they are Amalekites because they are the chief nation of Esau Edom, and that's why the vast majority of the global elites, yes, are going into that as well. There's a reason why that conspiracy theory about how the Jews rule the world exists, and that is because it is not a conspiracy theory, but rather a conspiracy fact, and it has already been established as the truth because all your media conglomerates are majority owned by Jewish people, right? Or at least you want to see, you want to be specific, men and women with Jewish ancestry. Your major media, that's your news. All your major investors and billionaires are also small hearts Jewish people, especially outside of Babylon the Great, right? The richest man in what they call it in Haiti is a small heart. A lot of the mines that are here in Africa, they are owned by these small hearts, especially the gold and diamond mines. They are owned by these small hearts, right? So it shows you just how much power and influence these small hearts have, right? Not just all over the world, but especially in the US as well, because you have different agencies that are working in the interest of the state of Israel, like IPAC, like the Southern Poverty Law Center. And there's another one I'm trying to remember, but I can't remember the other one. I can't remember the other one. The Anti Defamation League. Yes, the ADL as well, right? They are all working for the interest of the small hearts. Okay, so let me get this precept. Let me get this precept. So this is the book of Numbers 24, verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. And the he that is speaking about here is Balaam, right? The man whose eyes were open and basically saw the future of the Amalekites. And the point that I want to get is actually where it says that Amalek is the first of the nations. So what that shows you, right? And this is speaking about, how the Amalekites are at the forefront, are the ones at the top, right? The Amalekites, the nation of Amalek, and also its people as well. They are the top, right? The top elites of Esau Edom. That's why people are always talking about the international bankers, the Jewish bankers, right? The Jewish banking families like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Oppenheimers. Let me say this at first, right? Because you know all the connections between the Rockefellers and their Jewish heritage, right? Because Rockefeller is actually related to the Rothschilds, but all that connection has been is being hidden. Okay, so under the rug. So you have to dig real deep. You know how to find it. But those all these major families, they are the ones that are really ruling over the world right now. And you can actually start by looking into organizations like BlackRock, right, and other holding agencies, because that is how you know who actually owns these corporations, because the corporations aren't owned by individuals. They are owned by other corporations, and those corporations aren't owned by individuals. They are owned by other corporations, and you go up the ladder until you finally see a name, and the name will always be one of these small heart names. And that's the point. That's the point right there. But another thing that I also wanted to say is that, hey man, these small hearts are leading, their Edomite counterparts, especially Babylon the Great, to a coin. So okay, especially Babylon the Great, right, to a corner. Okay, and well, eventually, hey, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is going to return and destroy you devils. Okay, because ultimately, all the things that they are doing right now, and you see that you see that it's looking like they might actually get away with it, because who can stop Esau? Who can stop the small hearts? Who can stop any of these nations from doing according to their heart desire, right? Who can stop them from committing any crimes and wickedness and obscenities they want to do? And the answer to that question is in this truth. It is our Lord Yahweh Shai that is going to stop them. Even the scriptures tells you that before they shall fill their belly, the Lord Yahweh Shai will come while they are eating. Right? Let me see if I can let me see whether I can find that precept. Here it is right here. So this is the book of Job 20, and I'll start from verse let me go to I'll start from the top. I'll start from the top and then I'll jump down to the main point. Job 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? And let me jump down to the main point right here. Now Job 9:20 verse 19. Because he hath oppressed the poor, he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel the quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Right? Because this is speaking about what Esau, Edom, the so-called red man, right? Not just Esau, but even the Amalekites as well. Always remember the good sheep, Jesus of Lubbock, and how the original owners, right, of the first slave ships, they were all small hearts, Amalekites, and how they had oppressed our people. Because this isn't about what the small hearts are currently doing to the Palestinians or the Lebanese or all the hidden around about there. That isn't the point of this video, right? The point of this video is just how far these devils are going, in their oppression, and it's showing you, and it's showing you that really you people that are in the world, you people that are in this world, none of you can do anything to stand against the elites of Esau. There's no victory for you. You can't defeat Esau, Edom, right? And let this also be a warning to you Jakes as well that are thinking of rising up against Esau, to show you that you can't really do anything against Esau Edom, which is why it is far more preferable, far better to wait upon our Lord Yahweh Shai and let him just take these devils out instantly. So now Job 20 verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High Yahweh Shai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Right. And it shows you that even once the elites of Esau, it's going to be basically an internal civil war in Babylon the Great, right? That once the elites of Esau Edom have reached have basically reached the peak of their rule, right? When they are about to enjoy the rules that they have set up for themselves, right? The MOTB is out there, right? The NWO has been established, and now they are about to cut the ribbon and put the crowns upon their heads. That ultimately they will be taken out of power, okay? And even the hands of the people that they themselves, right, had oppressed will also be upon them as well. Because of course, that Allah Hawashai is the one that is going to dismantle Esau's kingdom. But even well, that doesn't mean that the heathen won't get their chance to, have their vengeance on the elites of Esau, Edom, and even some of these low-level Edomites, they also be on them as well. Let's continue reading. Job 20, verse 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Right, so nowhere to run for Esau Edom. Even if you run from the iron weapon, a steel bow will come and strike you through. If you dodge that, right, the metal will just become more finer, more stronger, and more towards destroying you. Right, to be a tungsten, to be a lead bullet. Right, you run from the lead bullet. It's a missile. Right, you run from the missile. It's an even bigger missile. That's exactly what is coming upon the elites of Esau, Edom. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Though they dig into hell, right? Thence will the hand of the Most High, Yahweh Shai take them. And though they climb into the heavens, Thence once again will the hand of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai take them, and though they dig into the bottom of the sea, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will send the fire thorn and bite them, as it is written. So there is no escape for Esau, right? No matter where you run. And now that and now that you are drawing out the rest of your, Edomite brethren, and speaking to the Amalekites, of course, the whole world will begin to see Esau for what he truly is, right? Because you still have some blind as fuck people out here. So with that, I'll end the video right here. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Basham Raka Kodash, Wa Abad Baba, Shalom.